So these are the 20th anniversary updated PTR notes. So we got some more big changes. As you know, with this patch, there's already like a massive paladin rework. They're doing a bunch. So doing a bunch for paladin, they're doing a bunch for Mistweaver Monk, a bunch of classes, getting some changes. And I think for this one, there is some others like Resto Druid. So we can take a look at these updated notes, see exactly what the heck's going on. All right, so September 11th. Public test run character copy is now available. Great. Drakthir spread their wings to new classes. So Drakthir racial updates. Tail swipe is no longer a racial for Drakthir. Tail swipe is now learned baseline for evokers. Interesting. I almost wonder. So tail swipe is the one that knocks you up in the air. So there's the one that knocks you back and knocks you up in the air. I almost wonder if they're going to do this and they're going to remove one of these. They should lower the cooldown on the other. Does that make sense? Like, I understand this. I understand this, but I feel like they should lower the cooldown of the other one again then. Just having like the 1 3-minute thing seems a bit long. I think like 2 minutes, but whatever. What do I know? The heck do I know? Classes, Death Knight, Blood, Sand Lane. Gift of Sand Lane has been updated. While Dancing Rune Weapon is active, you gain a Gift of Sand Lane. Great. Resto Druid. All right, we got some... Oh my goodness. Okay, the first one, like... Ooh, taking it back a bit here. We got Resto Druid. New talent, Twin Leaf. Nature's Swiftness now has 2 charges. All right. New talent, Wild Wood Roots. Abundance now also reduces the cast time of regrowth by 5% per stack. Scenario Ward's cooldown is reduced by 10 seconds, and its duration is increased by 2 seconds. All right. New talent, Renewing Surge. The cooldown of Swift Mend is reduced by up to 40% based on the current health of the target. Cooldown is reduced more when cast at a lower health target. That's interesting. There's some gameplay there of using Swift Mend on people that are low. Forest Flow. Consuming clear casting now causes your regrowth to also cast Nourish onto a nearby injured ally at 60% effectiveness, preferring those with your heal over time effects. Okay. Dream of Cenarius has been redesigned. Wrath and Shred transfer 50% of their damage, and Starfire and Swipe transfer 33% of their damage into healing onto a nearby ally. This effect is increased by 200% while Heart of the Wild is active. Wow. Wrath and Shred transfer 50% of their damage, transfer 33% of their damage into healing onto a nearby ally. This is crazy. It seems like they're doing this for a lot of healers. They want a lot of healers to have the ability to kind of do damage, but also heal. That's very interesting. Omen of Clarity is now a passive ability learned at level 12. Harmonious Blooming is now a 1-point talent. Flourish's visual effect has been improved. Okay. Evoker, Unravel, damage increased by 25%. So Unravel is the ability that kind of absorbs in the base Evoker tree. Tail Swipe is now learned baseline for Evokers. Unravel now benefits from and consumes Iridescent Blue. All right, all right, all right. Hunter, here we go. Pack Leader, Scattered Prey duration increased to 20 seconds, was 50. All right, a little bit of a change there for Pack Leader. We've got Survival. Grenade Juggler has been updated, now resets the cooldown of Explosive Shot instead of automatically firing it. Developer note, by allowing you to manually fire Explosive Shot, we can open up this talent's ability to synergize with existing effects, so alarm, like Grenade Juggler's own cooldown reduction, while also eliminating some frustrating edge cases. Relentless Marauder has been updated, now also causes Fear of the Eagle damage by 10%. Your ears? What's wrong with your ears, bro? Frenzy Strike Wild Bomb cooldown reduction per target is increased to 3 seconds, was 1. Merciless Blow duration reduced to 8 seconds, was 12. Killer Companion now increases kill command's damage by 10-20%. Oh, was that loud? You actually heard it? I'm sorry about that. Sentinel. Symphonic Arsenal damage increased by 200%. All right, so some mage changes here, very minor. Excess Fire has been updated. No longer generates Living Bomb, instead generates a Frost Fire Burst, dealing moderate Frost Fire damage in an 8-yard radius. Damage reduced beyond 8 targets. All right. Sun Fury Arcane, Glorious Incandescence has been updated. Now causes Barrage to deal 30% increased damage in addition to its previous effects. Memory of Alar's Arcane Soul Extension amount increased to 1 second, was 0.5. Ignite the Future now also increases maximum stacks of Mana Cascade to 15. Burden of Power no longer affects Arcane Barrage. Let's see these. Burden of Power. Consuming a Spellfire Sphere increases the damage of your next Arcane Blast or your next Arcane Barrage. Ah! Okay. Glorious Incandescence has been updated. Now causes Barrage to deal 30% increased damage. Where's that? Glorious Incandescence. Forget what all these ones are. Consuming a Burden of Power causes your next Arcane Barrage to grant 4 Arcane charges and call down a storm of meteorites. Interesting. I don't know if I necessarily like that. I guess it makes getting a Glorious Incandescence proc feel a bit better. Felt a little bit flat, but yeah. All right, I think it might be okay. Fixed an issue that was causing Mana Cascade to grant 0.5 haste per stack instead of 1%. Oh, we're gonna get more haste. That's cool. For Fire, Sun Fury, Glorious Incandescence has been updated. Now causes Fire Blast to hit up to 2 nearby targets. No, not more AoE. Not more AoE. Memories of Alar's Hypothermia extension amount increased to 1%. All right, cool. Fireman, Fire's in shambles. Have you guys, so I wanted to show you guys this. Actually, we can, just as like a quick interjection here, I got, this is PvE logs right now. I don't know if you guys have seen this, so I guess this is like what's going on in the raid or top damage. Outlaw Rogue is like the highest. Fury Warrior, Arcane Mage, Subtlety Rogue, Enhancement Shaman, and then all the way down to the bottom you have Fire Mage doing less damage than Og Evoker, and then Boomkin only doing slightly more damage than Og Evoker. That seems like a bit of a tragedy. So, you know, even Frost Mage is doing not that great. It would be very interesting to see if like Frost Mage gets any buffs. Shadow Priest gets some damage buffs. Demo Warlock gets some damage buffs. Destruction, like there's a lot of specs right now in PvE that are kind of underperforming. And you know what I mean? Like, especially if you're under that 90 percentile. So I feel like maybe Frost Mage is the cutoff, but I do expect Shadow Priest, Demo, Destro, Balance, Og, maybe not Og, but Fire Mage to get some damage buffs. Fire is fine. Fire's garbage. All right, next. Paladin fixed an issue that caused Seal of Crusader to display the incorrect heal value. All right, just some issues with the tooltips and stuff like that. Hero talents, Herald of the Sun, Dawnlight's activation stacks now appear on the personal resource display. Great. Dawnlight now appears on enemy nameplates. Great. Holy Divine Favor now appears on personal resource display and no longer has a visual effect. Awakening Judgment buff now appears on personal resource display. Protection, Gift of the Golden Valkyr is now 1 point talent. Uther's Council is now 1 point talent. Several talents and connections have changed locations. Okay, so we got some changes here for rogues. Rogues and actual Shaman and Druid probably have the most changes. So let's see what happens here. So Thistletea they made a change to Thistletea so it automatically triggers when energy is reduced below 50%. Now Thistletea automatically drinks when energy falls below 30. I really think for Thistletea what they should do is just have a talent choice. There should just be a choice node. You can have a choice of Thistletea automatically drinking below 30, or you can control your Thistletea. Cool. That's what should happen. New talent, Supercharger. Shiv, Roll the Bones, Symbols of Death, Supercharge, 1-2 combo points. Damaging finishing moves consume a Supercharge combo point to function as they spent 2 additional combo points. Okay. You can do both, or you can just press it. Oh, okay. But what if you don't? Can you shut off the automatically below 30? Maybe you don't want to. New talent, Forced Induction. Increases the bonus granted when a damaging finishing move consumes a supercharged combo point by 1. Choice node with Echoing Reprimand. Echoing Reprimand has been redesigned. After consuming a supercharged combo point, your next Mutilate, Sinister Strike, Backstab damage with an Echoing Reprimand deal physical damage. Dealing physical damage. Oh, okay. Interesting. Sheep Shot duration increased to 6 seconds. What? Huh? Why? I know it's not changed in PvP, but do rogues need that in PvE? Okay. Okay. Subterfuge now also grants duration to combat bonuses that require stealth, and also the duration of persistence, including taken by surprise, improved Garrote. Subterfuge now also grants duration to combat bonuses that require stealth, and also have a duration that persists after breaking stealth. Taken by surprise, improved Garrote, Master Assassin, indiscriminate carnage. The following talents have been removed. Reverberation, Resounding Clarity, goodbye. Fatebound. Edge case now flips a Fatebound coin on its edge when you activate Deathmark Adrenaline Rush instead of your next finishing move. Okay. Trickster. Coup de Grace now correctly attributes its combo points to bonuses. Bonus to abilities that are affected by a number of combo points spent, including numerous finishing moves and passives similar to the function of the Supercharger talent. Activating Coup de Grace now no longer grants 1 second of immunity that prevents players' action for the duration. Assassination. A Master Assassin duration increased to 6 seconds, was 3, and bonus to critical strike reduced to 25%. Iron Wire Silence and damage reduction duration reduced to 5, was 6. PvP duration of the damage bonus reduction reduced to 3, was 4. PvP duration of the silence has not changed. Unlucky. Blade Flurry initial damage effect radius increased to match the area of effect of its primary. Increased to match the area of its primary effect. Great. Subtlety, the first dance has been redesigned. Remaining out of combat for 6 seconds increases the duration of your next shadow dance by 3 seconds. In PvP combat, the effect requires 10 seconds out of combat and increases shadow dance duration by 2 seconds. Okay. Flagellation cooldown reduced to 1 minute. Lash damage reduced by 25%. Initial effect duration reduced to 10 seconds. And trailing buff duration reduced to 10 seconds. So Flagellation, instead of being a 90-second cooldown, will be a 1 minute cooldown. We'll see how that plays out. Elemental Shaman, all damage reduced by 8%. Lava Burst damage increased by 20%. Earthquake damage increased by 17%. Elemental Blast damage increased by 12%. Erupting Lava now also increases Flame Shock damage by 25%. So redistributing some Elemental Shaman damage. Stormbringer, fix some issues with interactions with Tempest and other specializations. Great. Enhancement Shaman, getting more changes. New talent, Voltaic Blaze, Lightning Bolt and Chain Lightning have an 18% chance to make your next Flame Shock become Voltaic Blaze. Instantly shocks the target and 5 nearby enemies with Blazing Thunder, causing nature damage and applying Flame Shock. Generates 1 stack of Maelstrom. New talent, Unrelenting Storm. When Crash Lightning hits only 1 target, it activates a Wind Fury weapon and its cooldown is reduced by 40%. Cool. Storm Blast has been updated. Storm Strike has an additional charge. Storm Shards now also causes your next Storm Strike to deal 25% increased damage as nature, stacking 2 times. Dude, I'm actually kind of excited for Enhancement Shaman. Storm Blast additional nature damage now functions for both main and offhand. I kind of want to make an Enhancement Shaman. It sounds like they're going to be sick. Arc Lightning has been updated. Tempest causes your next Chain Lightning or Lightning Bolt to be instant cast, dealing 40% increased damage and cast an additional time. Thorm's Invocation has been slightly adjusted. If Thorm's Invocation is slated to use Chain Lightning, it will no longer cast a 5-stack Tempest as a replacement of Chain Lightning when using Wind Strike. Thorm's Invocation, old effects, has been added back. 20% increased Lightning Bolt and Chain Lightning damage. Deeply Rooted Elements now activates Tempest, Lightning Bolt, or Chain Lightning. Damage effect of Doom Winds is no longer considered a melee weapon attack. It does not generate Maelstrom weapon or trigger Flame Tongue weapon. An issue causing Primal Maelstrom to still grant 5-10 stacks instead of 3 and 5 has been redesigned. Ice Strike is now a choice node between a ranged version and an existing melee version. Ice Strike no longer highlights Frost Shock on the action bars. Ice Strike's Frost Shock buff is now on personal resource display. Lightning Spark has been removed. Yeah. Warlocks, Diabolus. The cycle of Diabolic Ritual is now reset when entering an arena. Battleground, Raid Encounter, or Mythic Plus Dungeon. Overlord will now use an alternative attack if there's no available pass for charging. There should be no difference in throughput between the alternating attack and his current attack. Cool, let's get to PvP. Here we go! The PvP changes. Restoration. Nature's Swiftest healing bonus is now 40% less. But you have 2 charges, remember. Sonaran Ward healing is decreased by 20%. Renewing Surge is 75% effective in PvP combat. Floor's Force is now... Oh, just preemptively going after the resto druids, man. Woo! We got some Warbank changes. Deposit all Warbound items will now also deposit refundable items. The confirmation that displays when cleaning up Warbank can now be marked as don't show again. And some other stuff. Alright, so basically, some new stuff for Rogue. And then minor changes to a bunch of stuff. Restoration Druid getting a bunch of new talents and some changes. Some decent changes coming in. The thing is, like, there's been so many enhancement shaman changes, it's hard for me to parse exactly what all of this means, but it does sound interesting. Like, the rework on enhancement shaman definitely has me wanting to level up my proc pooper and see how it's going. See how it's going. So in Holy Pally changes next patch is going to be completely reworked. Oh, I know. I don't know why they keep making these weird little changes. Yeah, I don't know. They keep, it is true that they keep making these changes to, you know, Arcane. Like, Arcane just keeps getting change after change after change, man. Like, sorry, bro, but like, Fire Mage is in shambles. Fire Mage is in shambles. It's in shambles in PvE. It's in shambles in PvP. Help! Fire Mage is help! But yeah, those are the updated notes for the 20th anniversary. These are not happening next week, but they will be happening when the 10.05 patch comes out.